Hey everybody, Tracy Burnett here. I just finished recording a really cool episode with Tom Fields. He is a professor at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, and we were actually discussing a subject which isn't too fun, planning for the unthinkable. But Tom has so much wisdom and so many great ideas that he shares in his 4-part pillar plan for building an emergency plan for your farm if the unthinkable should happen. His wisdom is amazing. The tips he gives our audience is great. So make sure you tune into that episode next week. But what I wanted to share with you was some of the game changers, mind hacks that he shared in that episode. As we all know, knowledge and tips, they're there. We often know what we're supposed to do as people, as farmers, for success in life, but sometimes the mind gets in the way. And what I loved about this episode, in addition to all the wisdom Tom shared, of course, is the amazing mind hack he shared. And it was a game changer for me. Instead of talking about dying, right? On the farm, we are told we should have a will, we should have a transition plan, we should do all these things in case we die. Well, who wants to plan? I just recently heard an advisor share the idea that the reason most people don't have a will, over 50% of the people in the world don't have a will, the reason is most people are superstitious. They think if they put a plan together, put a will together, that they're going to die. And you know, the weird thing is, I'm not super superstitious, but I think there's a grain of truth to that. And if it's not the superstition, it's the who wants to deal with the yucky stuff in life. We know we got to do it, but who wants to do it? So let me get to the point here. Tom shared an amazing mind hack. And he said, instead of talking about the situation like we're going to die, he said something. What if you pretend that you're getting kidnapped by aliens? So it sounds so crazy, but you know what? Immediately it loosened up some tension that I had talking about a subject that can't be very fun. And it was a bit of a mind hack for me. And I noticed immediately after that, it just freed me up, and I was much more comfortable talking about putting together an emergency plan, as we discuss in the episode, in case the unthinkable happens, whatever that might be, disaster on the farm, natural injury, COVID, death, you name it. So I want to challenge you, just like I'm going to do going forward. Instead of acting on something because you think it's what your family or farm needs because you might die, think about it this way. If I, Tracy Burnett, was kidnapped by aliens tomorrow, what would my family need to know in order to operate my media company? And flipping over, if Anthony was kidnapped by aliens, what would I need to know for all the day-to-day passwords, all that good stuff? Tune into the episode for all that information. What would I need to know if Anthony was kidnapped by aliens? And I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here way more comfortable talking about a not so fun subject with using that little mind hack. So I challenge you, if you avoid doing the things you know you should do on the farm and in your life because it's morbid and you don't want to think of it that way, just think of it this way. If you were kidnapped by aliens tomorrow, what should you be putting down on a paper, gathering keys, whatever it is? What would you put down to share with your loved ones because they can't get you back because you're off with the aliens? I hope that resonated for you guys. I know it was a huge game changer for me, and I want to share it because we know in our industry as farmers, we want our farm operations to go on to the next generation. And in order to do that, we need to be able to plan and think about some of those unthinkable items get it down on paper. And if we can make some minor changes in our mind frame when we come to that activity, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's going to be much easier for me to move on these subjects, wills, and emergency plans. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, drop a note in the comment. I would love to hear what you thought of that technique, and if you think you could see you using that going forward. Thanks so much for listening. See you guys soon. Bye.